So, Marvel Comics and DC Comics, they have some good comics and they have some bad comics. And I have been away from Marvel Comics for a little while, and I'm always wondering if I'm ever going to jump back in. And I can't say necessarily that I will jump back in for the story itself, but I will say that my curiosity is abounding, and I am very curious to see what they'll do with this. They're planning to resurrect the Ultimate Universe with Brian Hitch and Jonathan Hickman. So, we're going to read the article, see kind of what it's about, what hints they're giving, and we're going to discuss. And guys, if you'd like me to talk about more comics, actual comic things themselves, and not just like movies, shows, games, please let me know. I am very open to the idea. I just want to make sure that if I do get into comics extremely heavy, that I can actually put in the work of reading them and putting out decent content for it. So let me know if that's something that you're interested down below. But Marvel's Ultimate Universe is officially returning in a new series, The Ultimate Invasion, from artist Brian Hitch and writer Jonathan Hickman, announced by Entertainment Weekly. Ultimate Invasion will officially launch in June 2023. Marvel teased the new 4-issue limited series, launched over 20 years ago. The Ultimate Universe provided a contemporary take on classic Marvel characters and storylines, known for its edginess and explosive action. The Ultimate Universe was home to some of the Marvel's most talked about and thought-provoking series of the 21st century. I'll say this right here, one of my favorite comics. I have it somewhere. Because for me, I grew up in a small town, so I couldn't go and buy a ton of comics. But one of the issues I did buy was one of the Ultimate issues, and it was when they were battling like in the White House, and Hawkeye's like taking out all these, like, I think it was like Multiple Man or something, but he was taking out this guy who could, multiply his body multiple times, and he's just in this room just taking, you open the door, the heroes open the door, and he just took all these guys out. Like, really, really cool comic. And, there was a few other ones I read. Some of them were edgier than others. I remember being in like a youth group event, and we were in Nashville, and I bought, I think it was like Mark Millar. It was a run that he did, and it was like Ultimates like 2, I think. And the art was amazing, but it was very provocative. I'll say that. It was very sexual and very provocative. And I might have gotten a little bit of trouble reading that storyline in that car. But, at the youth trip. But that's neither here nor there. It was a great series, and you could definitely tell that they were bringing in, a lot of the things from that series they brought into the Marvel universe as far as the movies. And so I could see this as something that maybe Kevin Feige ordered himself to take elements from the Ultimate Universe again, possibly tell stories take elements from that to tell stories in the movies. So, that is a possibility. The Ultimate Universe reached its cataclysmic end in 2015 Secret Wars, but nothing stays buried in Marvel Comics for long. Is it time for the Ultimate Universe to make its grand return? The Maker seems to think so, and the Illuminati must form once again to stop him from his plans to destroy or perhaps rebuild the universe with Miles Morales at the center of it all. Now, I remember a couple things from Secret Wars. Not everything, but I do remember there's certain characters from the Ultimate Universe that made it into the main universe. And one of those is like the Maker. You have Miles Morales. I think even like their Thanos, I believe, made it into our universe. And a few other people. I think they even had a comic that had a couple of the characters from the Ultimate Universe. And they literally called it the Ultimates because it was like the last remaining few of the Ultimate Universe that survived, Secret Wars. But, anyway, when in Hickman and Hitch on what to expect from the Ultimate Invasion, it says, I think it's fair to say that both Brian and I have already put in our time doing Ultimate books. So when Marvel laid this project in front of us, we both knew there needed to be a good reason to revisit the idea of Ultimate Comics, beyond telling a cool story or just getting to work together, which is something we've been trying to do for years, Hickman said. So with that in mind, it couldn't be replicating or revisiting what Brian did in the original Ultimates, creating a streamlined, modernized version that would eventually become the spine of the MCU. And it certainly couldn't be what I did, which was a final chapter of the pre-existing universe. Interesting. Hitch is known for being one of the Brian Hitch is known for being one of the founding architects of the Ultimate Universe, alongside creators such as Joe Quesada, Mark Bagley, Brian Michael Bendis, Warren Ellis, and Mark Miller. Hitch said, "It's been more than 20 years since I started work on the Ultimates, a project that would have an impact on my own career and beyond. So when Marvel came to me with the idea of revisiting the Ultimate Universe with the man who so brilliantly and spectacularly destroyed the last one, I was both feet in. Jonathan is a terrific writer of big, sprawling epics, and we've talked about working together more than once, so for this new Ultimate Universe adventure to unite us is very exciting. I get to bring 2 decades of new experience as an artist and storyteller to this. It's new, different, and familiar. It's big budget, high concept, widescreen storytelling. I feel right at home." So here's the question. Do we think that... I wonder what is the reasoning behind this. I wonder if they're giving readers something different they can read. You know, you have your normal Marvel 616 universe, and maybe they're going to restart the Ultimate Universe again to give us something brand new to read. I don't know for sure what they're doing behind this. I like Hickman's writing. I don't think he's necessarily, from what we saw, what happened to him when it came to X-Men, and what happened to him with his own, you know, he was trying to start his own, like, universe or whatever, and he had all these people supporting him through, like, Substack, and he totally, like, abandoned the people giving him money. I don't know if he ever actually followed through with the promises he made with that. I think he just kind of took their money and ran. So, as far as being a good person or not, I don't know if he's someone with much integrity as far as business. But here, he's not the businessman for this. Here, he's getting contracted to do the work. And I believe, as far as Marvel's concerned, when they give him to do the work, he does the work. And we've seen that he does a great job. Like, he has great writing. Like, his Fantastic Four run is chef's kiss. Like, it's fantastic. So, am I definitely interested? Yes, I'm definitely interested. He's the one that got me into reading Marvel again, trying to give him a second chance. And then X-Men went terribly south. But I started reading X-Men comics again because of Jonathan Hickman. So I am very open to seeing what will happen. And I will possibly check it out. We will see. We will see. But guys, what about you? Are you someone who has abandoned the comics? Do you still read comics? Have you never read a comic? Do you think this is a good starting point for you of something fun to read? Or do you feel like, not really interested? Let me know down in the comments down below. And guys, whatever you're doing or wherever you're going, I hope you're having a good one. Peace.